Let's start with a simple fact. And that fact is, the world runs on software. We depend on software as consumers, employees, businesses, and we're not alone. The whole world depends on software. And over the years of navigating different digital landscapes at different companies, I have come to find a very common thread between them, is that we put our user experience when it's facing customers, our external users. We prioritize that, but we sometimes tend to forget our employee user experiences. And I'm here to say today that they're equally important. They matter the same. And today we're going to see how we can utilize modern technology, such as data gathering, machine learning, and bind that with existing digital investments that we have made over the years as a company, that we are heavily invested in, spent so much time and energy. And let's take a look at what I mean by these digital landscapes that we build ourselves in. So often, our employees tend to navigate themselves across different applications, different software solutions that we built over the years for different specific purposes. They have been built at different points in time for different pain points, and they still live, they still fulfill a purpose. And it's not uncommon that today our employees have to navigate between 4 to 6 different applications in order to fulfill one task. It's kind of similar as in preparing a meal. So when you're preparing a meal, you navigate yourselves through different kitchen appliances, different utensils, but the task is unified, is creating a meal, right? Basic instinct, which is, just unify everything, right? Consolidation, unification, combining everything together seems to be our basic instinct, how to do that, how to optimize. How is custom software being unified today? They're not going to be able to talk to everyone. They're not going to be able to cater to everyone because it's humanly impossible. But it's very difficult to touch everyone's opinion, everyone's needs, and cater to everyone. Remember that. And based on that, we build requirements of what our digital solution should be. Something that we in the business call a monolith, or make it a bit more relatable, the Frankenstein monster. One app to rule them all into one solution. And we start by combining a dishwasher, a fridge, an oven. Someone shouts from the back, we always had a fax machine, gotta have a fax machine. But we're so invested in this process that we fail to recognize that the world around us is changing. Time is passing, technology is changing, our users are changing. And we fail to react. Still keep building things with legacy technology, new technology, old assumptions, new findings, until we build this. And this is an incredibly well-connected piece of machinery. But it's very rigid, it's resilient to change, to pivoting. It requires hardcore engineering to maintain it, to use it. It comes with a lot of complex controls, which we end up with a lot of trainings, a lot of manuals. And us being so invested in this, it comes to a time when we just say, oh, ready, ship it. Basically running into the same monolith problem over and over and over again. We have come up with a different approach, a new approach, something that our modern technology can enable us to do. And we call that Intellibridge. Intelli for the data intelligence part, gathering data, reacting on it. And bridge for bridging gaps between our existing digital investments, our existing solutions, utilizing them, not killing everything off just because technology has shifted slightly. It's a mindset. It's a thought process. It's an approach. And this mindset, this approach has 3 core benefits that I would like to focus on today. Identifying our workflows, our needs, our opportunities, optimizing them, and then in the end, personalizing workflows for our employees. And let's see how the identification process might look like. It's actually very simple. Our users identify towards these applications. They sign in to make our applications secure and protect our data. So we have a common denominator between all of them. So we're able to relate our path, our sources, to a single point of truth. And let's assume that all of these applications have the capability of sending information, pressing the record button of everything that's happening in it. So that means that they're sending different types of indication of what the users are doing, pressing, clicking, what kind of data they're working with, inputting, all contextual information that's going to be very valuable going forward. And if we continue doing that across the entire process of these users, we start to end up with workflows. very clearly recognizable footprints, pathways, journeys that our users took. And one journey is basically not significant enough to give us anything informative. But consider that doing that over time, on scale, with many of our employees, with many interactions, with many different use cases, we start to build a collection of these journeys, a collection of possibilities. And with time, we gather enough data that we can start to analyze it. And there is no better way of analyzing complex patterns today than with the help of machines. That is the power of machine learning. Workflows, which are maybe taking way too long to execute. Workflows that are the most common things that we do in our organization. They require our attention, digitalization. It is those findings where we realize that we're maybe spending an hour on a process that we could create a specific digital solution for and basically cut that time down to minutes. It is that information, that truth, that we can harvest with proper data collection and proper analysis. And why is this important? In software, we often talk about building it right. Building it securely, building it performantly, scalable. These are all truths and they all matter, but they don't matter at all if you're building the wrong it. Analyzing your organization will help you to build the right it and build it right. How can we optimize these workflows to cater to everyone? Our user has just started their journey. They're doing the same process, the same path as they have done many, many times before. Our machine learning engine kicks in a bit sooner. A simple question: would you like to continue what you have done in your sales application that you have done so many times before and be transferred automatically to your warehouse checkout application? And machines rely on us as humans to train them, to help them learn. They rely on our feedback. And by teaching them, we can improve these algorithms. We can improve the certainty. See, these are integrations not done by engineers and teams talking to each other and complex digital processes. This is something that we can analyze and react to and use what we already have. Even saving minutes is basically nothing on its own. Where this shines is at scale. And at scale, we feel the impact of this solution. And if we take a very, very simple equation, just by maybe saving 30 seconds per workflow with 200 employees, 50 times a day, 50 interactions, 50 switches between applications, for a full working year, that's 3 years of time. 3 years of human time. And what can we do with that saved time? We can build better customer relationships. We can optimize our business, our costs. It can be a game changer. We can have a better employee satisfaction. Customers really value their time. And that's exactly what our employees do. They value their time. Then the third solution for this, personalization. And this is an attempt to build the one app to rule them all. But with a data-driven approach, this can now be done right. That just consists of 2 words: ML, UX. Machine learning user experiences. Begin today. Measure everything. Data is an invaluable asset of us as organizations. And the sooner you start, and the sooner you start doing it right, the better you're going to be off in the future.